Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's Thursday night, Minutes with Milo, the live show, and a lot of people aren't watching it live, so just skip through this intro where I say, "Hey, it's my Friday, it's your Thursday, and this is the live show. Like, subscribe to the channel." Oh, don't skip that. Listen to that. Subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, do all the YouTube stuff so that YouTube will love me or maybe like me a little bit more, just a little bit more. So anyway, I cut my hair, a beard hair, a whisker, whatever tonight. I'm doing some other things, not having a show because of as a lot of people's week probably or days or whatever it might be have gone kind of astray, and my best laid plans have gone crazy. Anyway, so I was contemplating not having a show until, and I've thought about having a show on this before and just like, nah, this is kind of a downer topic, and uh, you know, just don't want to get into it. Even though I really wanted to get into it. Well, tonight I'm going to get into it. I ordered some parts. Garthog, glad you're here. I hope you got some, you know, tough skin, because I'm not going to talk about you, but I'm talking about things that are probably near and dear to your heart. Shipping woes. That's what I titled it. Like telling the recording here, I wasn't going to probably do a show. I should be changing the oil on my motorcycle, doing that kind of stuff to get ready. But anyway, that kind of fell through. I've been trying to do it now for 3 nights, and it just hasn't happened. Of course, last night was Survivor night. That's on me. Could have skipped Survivor, but I didn't. And so I checked on a little part. It's a little oil gauge. It's coming from Miami, Florida. Man, I wasn't so bad about it the other day. It should have been here, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday at the latest, but it's still not here. And I can tell you where it's at if you believe anything the United States Postal Service tells you. And I just had to, I had to get on here and rant about this a little bit. So you're liking Survivor, are you? Just as a side note, oh, they could have invited a lot of other people back besides Coach. I don't. Coach just seems he's a little more than a little out there in my book. I'm really disappointed in Ozzy. Ozzy's got the middle age spread. He's not. He's not. I mean, he still swims well, dives good, and all that stuff. But we'll get off on this just a little bit because this really irked me about Ozzy. Did you see the part where they had to build the long stick out of short sticks, and they're reaching in to get a key, and he kicked butt? He was in there, he was doing it, he was climbing a pie, doing all this kind of stuff, trying to get it off there. And then he says, "Coach, I've worked so hard, man. I get the key off there. Don't steal it from me." Right there. Right then and there, I just lost it. I just like, oh my gosh, man. Where are you? Where is Ozzy? Don't plead to another, you know, contestant, competitor, or whatever. I've worked so hard, don't steal it from me. I'm not a fan of Coach, you know, but he stole it, which is fair game. I mean, you don't like the game, but you got to understand the rules. Outwit, outlast, outplay. If somebody else gets the ball to the 1 yard line and you swap it and run it back all the way for a touchdown, that's the game. You know. But anyway, Coach couldn't get it done by himself. Ozzie couldn't get it done by himself, and Coach stole it. Anyway, I was really disappointed in Ozzie. Some of the other players, there's one or two I don't even recognize. Let's get back to my shipping idea or rant. I ordered it. It was supposed to be here like Monday or Tuesday. I wasn't really worried about it, until I sat down tonight and looked at where the USPS said it was currently. And I know if you've had anything shipped and you've looked at this tracking and UPS is just as bad, all right? I'm dumbstruck. I don't know. I cannot understand logic, the way they operate logic. And here's a prime example. If you live anywhere in Bristol and you mail anything, I don't care. It can be going across the street or it can be going 20 miles away, and you drop it in the mailbox. It goes to Knoxville, Tennessee, 2 hours away, to come back to go 20 miles. I can't explain it. There's no explanation for that. And oh yeah, I know. Well, the manpower, the sorting, hauling it down there, getting them to sort it, and then sending it back. Well, yeah. Bull. Anyway, to get back on this. So it's coming out of Miami. I'm gonna try to put this on Google Map and put in waypoints or put in different destinations. And we're going to stack them just like they are on the list, and show you where it's at currently. I don't know where it's going to go after that, but if you just look at where it is now, it doesn't matter where it goes. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. According to USPS, it's supposed to be delivered sometime on Friday the 6th. Now, where I'm living, for some reason, for the past couple of months, instead of the mail running between 8 and 10 a.m., you might not get your mail till 4:30 p.m. What's up with that? I don't know. No idea. So, anyway, let's look at this thing. All right, so right off the bat, from Miami, I'm going to say Bristol, Virginia, because I use that just because. And it's close to where I'm at. So, within a few miles. It has no at all bearing on why it is where it is right now. So let's look at that. All right, so I've got it zoomed in, and we've got it on there. It's 892 miles, 13 hours and 1 minute traveling by car, directest route, the most directest, however you want to say it, from Miami to Bristol, Virginia. All right, so let's just go on my tracking. I got a picture of it. I can't pull it up on this computer because this is not how it is. All right, I'm going to skip this first step. So it was accepted at the USPS origin facility in Miami, Florida on March the 3rd at 6:48 a.m. Okay? So then, March the 3rd, 6:48 a.m., it went to OPA, OPA, Opa-locka, Florida Distribution Center, March the 3rd at 8:03 a.m. Okay, that's just a couple hours. Not a problem. It's got to be heading north. Miami's way down there. So it's got to be heading north. Okay? That was 8 a.m. It departed Opa-locka, Florida at 3:54 a.m. on March the 4th. Okay? So it was there 12, 4, 16, probably 20 hours. 24 hours, give or take. 18 to 20, 18 hours. Something like that. It was there waiting, chilling around, having some coffee, being sorted, getting stamped, doing all that for about 20 hours. Okay, so it left there on March 4th at 1:05 p.m. It was there 24 hours or more, just sitting around, doing nothing. They could have been here in that time. Remember? 13 hours and 1 minute. Could have been here in that time. Whatever. All right, so then it leaves Florida. And let's see if I can get it to do this. Well, there's no way to hide it. Maybe. Let's just, I wanted to surprise you, but maybe it won't. All right. All right, so let's see. Drag to reorder. All right, it went to Gastonia, North Carolina after it left Opa-locka. Okay, so now it's saying the trip should be 13 hours and 54 minutes. So just adding the stop to Gastonia, North Carolina, in the overall trip added 53 minutes. Doesn't sound like a lot, does it? No. 53 minutes. But you consider it sitting Opa-locka, Florida for a day and did nothing. Then it goes to Gastonia, North Carolina. It's still heading north. Don't get me wrong. You see, Gastonia is right here. This is it. This is where we're hoping to get it to. This is where it's at now. And let's just say, let's see, when did it arrive? It arrived March the 4th at 4:10 p.m. All right. So to recap, it went to Opa-locka, Florida on March the 3rd at 8 a.m. It got to Gastonia at March 4th at 4:10 p.m. All right. So making stops along the way. They're doing their thing. All right. Still just March the 4th. Arrived. Now, in all the wisdom that is the USPS, all right, so it was at Miami. They showed me that. It was at Opa-locka, Florida. They showed me that. It was at Gastonia. They showed me that. All right. So, yeah, we're just climbing the ladder. Climbing the ladder. We're getting up here into Bristol. Now, nothing. Nothing at all from March the 4th, 10 p.m. until March the 5th at 5:22 p.m. So another day, another 24 hours goes by, and guess where it's at? You'll never guess. That's right. It went to St. Louis, Missouri. It went to St. Louis, Missouri. All right, so check it out. Here we are at Gastonia. It flew under Bristol and went all the way around through Tennessee, through Kentucky, up into Missouri. It says it's supposed to be here tomorrow. Why? Why, oh why? Okay, so it was 13 hours straight shot. Now the little ticker on the Google map says it's a 30-hour trip. 2,000 miles. It went from what? What did I say? 900 miles? 942, something like that? To 2,000 miles. I have no explanation for who in their right mind would ever think that you could go from Gastonia. We'll look at that. Gastonia is, let's just say 3 hours, because it's 3 hours to Charlotte. And depending on how you travel, you know, you're not coming across the mountain. So let's just say it is 3 hours from Gastonia, like it is from Charlotte. So it would have taken it 16 hours to get here, not 30, not double, not double the mileage. Who? What mathematician? What? I don't even know what the job would be called that says it's smarter to go 15 hours out of your way to come back down just so. Why would it go to St. Louis, Missouri? I don't care if it is the shipping hub of the United States at St. Louis, Missouri. Drive by and throw it out the window in Kingsport or someplace. Let's find out. Knoxville. It went through Knoxville. Are you trying to tell me it went from Gastonia to St. Louis nonstop? Bull. Bull. It picked up and dropped off stuff along the way, this truck. I know it, I've known people that drive mail trucks, you know, like the city trucks, not the big tractor and trailer jobbers, but the ones that shuttle mail from one post office to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, like a milkman. And they pick up and deliver mail along the route. I have no idea. No idea. You can't see it. I made a mistake when I first loaded Google Maps. And instead of being on a car, it was on a bicycle. And if I'm not mistaken, from Miami to Bristol, Virginia on a bicycle was 80 hours. 80. I mean, that seems like a lot, you know, and it is. But they're driving it in a gas operated, diesel operated, motorized vehicle, and it's still taking them 30 hours to get here. The Pony Express could have delivered it faster. And this is just assuming that it's going to get here when they say it's going to get here. Now, in all fairness, the eBay seller had free shipping. So I don't know how much it cost to ship it. You know, but like I said, it's just a very small package, less than a pound. Carrier pigeon, I don't know. You know, it says free shipping, and as I've said in some of my other shows, there's no free lunches. Okay? No free lunches. Nobody if you're selling anything, you cannot make a profit if you ship it for free. If I had this thing and I was going to sell it for $25 and it's going to cost me $7 to ship it, do you think I'm going to put it out there for $25? No, it's going to be $35. I mean, you know, it's going to be $35 with free shipping. That's the way it works. You've got to take it to the post office. You have to buy the packaging materials from the post office or get it from somewhere else that's accepted by the post office. So it's not free shipping. They just don't tell you how much they're paying to ship it. And I know when they put it down to ship it, he didn't say, or she, or the seller from eBay didn't say, well, how much would it be cheaper if you ship this to St. Louis and then back down than it would be if you just went from Miami to Bristol, Virginia? Give me the cheapest route, even if it's taking it to St. Louis. That's not what they do. They just say, give me the cheapest rate, which makes sense. That's not their fault. They're trying to save money, trying to make money. It's the stupid post office that then decides to double the time that it takes to get here, and like Garthok said, wasted resources. Heavens to Betsy. How much waste is that? You should be able to, like, when I was a young feller, you put something in the post office and the people went through it and go, oh, in town, oh, out of town, in town, out of town, in town, out of town, in town, out of town. And everything that was in town, or I'm sure within a certain period of time, stayed here. And things that went, you know, to Washington State went whew, out of town. And then the next people got it and go, oh, this is still out of town. This is still out of town, until it got to Washington State. And then they said, well, hey, this is just down the street. Let's just go deliver this. I don't understand. It went through Knoxville. Why couldn't they just go, whoa, 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 wait. This dude's only a couple hours away. Here, put this on that truck. Why do we need to send it to St. Louis? Just put it on that truck. I know they make runs from Knoxville because that's where all of our mail goes. You put it in the mailbox out here, it goes to Knoxville to get sorted. I know they got trucks running back and forth all day long and all night long. Oh my gosh. Oh, if you wanted it on time, you should have got it shipped overnight. $40 or some stupid stuff to get anything shipped overnight. And I wasn't picking the shipping. The seller had it on there for free shipping. You know, I didn't pick it. I probably could have messaged him and said I need it overnight, but I didn't. You know, did I need it yesterday? No. Did I need it today? No. Would it have been nice to have it yesterday or today? Yes. But, I mean, it's not killing me to not have it today. Tomorrow will be okay, right? It's just the stupidity of the whole situation that just blows my mind. Blows my mind. So let's see here real quick. Let me shrink this out, see if we can get it all, see if we can get this whole trip now on one screen. Let's see. I can't even get the whole trip on one screen. Where's my pointer? I've lost my mind. I can't get it. Hold on. Let's go. We're down to 25%. I don't even know if this will show up. It won't go any smaller than that. Okay, up here is St. Louis, Missouri. Can you see it up here? Here's Miami down here. And here's where we wanted it to go. All right, up in here. This is where we wanted it to go. Government, baby. Anytime the government gets involved, it's a quagmire. I don't even think I think Garthok says, piss poor planning and loading. It was probably buried in the nose of the trailer. You know, if it happened every once in a while, I could agree with that. But always the thing I come back to is we mail something here, it goes to Knoxville, it gets sorted, and it comes back. That's their logic. It should take, to go 20 miles from here to Johnson City, it should be there tomorrow. I should be able to put it in the mailbox in the morning and it arrive at whoever's mailbox whenever they get delivery to mail of their mail tomorrow. There's no excuse not to do that. No excuse not to do that. Computers, people. It was faster when they didn't even have computers. When they paid 30 people to sort via zip codes, right? When you're taught, and I'm assuming that people are still taught in some form or fashion this, how to address an envelope or a package. Return goes in the upper left. The recipient's address is in big letters in the middle of whatever label it is. Zip codes, all in a name, address, city, zip, you know, all that stuff is uniform. And the people now, you know, at the post office, they're keying that stuff in the computer. It prints out a label, they slap it on the box. That's all the computer system needs to know. Everything the computer system needs to know is on that label. It should be there tomorrow. If it's going 20 miles. Oh man. And like I said, post office is not the only one. I've had stuff come from UPS that went from Knoxville to like Roanoke, which drives right by the I'm going to say USPS because UPS, there we go. UPS facility in Bristol, Virginia. There's a sorting in whatever place up there, but it travels from there to Roanoke and then back before I ever got it. I'm dumbstruck with the stupidity of how these things are ran and how much, well, we don't make enough money. Post office is going to go bankrupt. Well, maybe they should. Maybe they should go bankrupt. So I asked Gemini. All right, where are we? I asked it, how long before USPS is bankrupt? All right. And it says it's a common misconception that the United States Postal Service is bankrupt. In a traditional sense, it's currently facing a severe liquidity crisis. As of March 2026, the USPS is not legally bankrupt, but Postmaster General David Steiner has warned that the agency could run out of cash within 12 months without intervention from Congress. All right. Would it suck terrible if Congress didn't do anything? Yes. Should they do anything? No. If you tell a child, don't touch the hot stove eye, at some point, if the idiot child wants to touch it, let them touch it. There you go. You didn't listen. Now, let's take you to the doctor and get your burn treated. Or stick it under some cold water and live with it. So, at some point, somebody's got to go bankrupt and not be bailed out by Congress, and so they can continue on the stupid path they're on. Take the hit. Have somebody else take over USPS. I think right now, technically, it's not government anymore, but yet it's government backed. I don't think these are federal employees anymore. Anyway. Do I feel better? I'm hoping somebody that watches this can understand the frustration and going, yeah, man, he's right. Anyway, I know Garthog probably, anybody that's ever bought anything online, online's the best thing. Until you have to ship it. Until you have to ship it. Used to be that I could buy car parts from Rock Auto, pay less for the part, and still pay shipping and get it cheaper than what I could get the same part at a local O'Reilly's for. Not anymore. Pretty much not anymore. Now, in some instances, it's still cheaper. A lot of times it's about the same. And sometimes, it's more expensive to get it through Rock Auto to have it shipped. So you really have to shop around to see, well, can you get it through O'Reilly's or AutoZone? Does somebody have it in their warehouse, can have it free shipped to the store by 7 a.m. in the morning? Can they do that? You got to check. You got to spend some time and call around, So, but in case in point in that is I needed 3 quarts of special oil. It's a 60 weight oil. You either buy it at a Harley shop or you buy, online. Well, O'Reilly's. Looked it up. About the same cost. I know they have it. I know they stock it, but it wasn't in the local store. So I go by there. I need 3 quarts. Well, I can have one quart by 7:30 in the morning. The other 2 quarts will be here by 3 p.m. I said, okay, let's do it. I'll pay for it. Come back the next day. It's after 3 p.m. I said, I got 3 quarts of oil. They said, well, here's one. I said, okay, where's my other 2? Clickety, 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 clickety. Oh, well, they didn't ship it. Excuse me? They didn't ship it. Let me order it again. I said, well, I've already paid for it. He goes, oh, not a problem. It'll be here tomorrow. I said, that's what they said yesterday. So I go back the next day. I said, hey, I'm here to pick up 2 quarts of oil. He goes, yeah, we got it. They sent us a whole case. What? They sent you a whole case and I only needed 2, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, here's your 2. I mean, I don't know. Would that have been nice to have when I really needed it? Yes. I needed that. Now, since I didn't get that, the oil's not changed, the filter's not changed. I've run out of the window when I was going to get it done this week, so I probably won't be able to get it done at all this weekend because my weekend's gone to pot now, and it's just I won't have time to do what needs to be done to get it changed. Anyway, I'm almost of the opinion that you just sit down and watch cable TV all day. That's it. Don't buy anything. Don't spend money on nothing. Just veg out in front of the TV, eat potato chips, drink a cold beer, and die fat and happy. I don't know. Anyway, that's my rant. If you feel like that, this is a good thing, a good rant, leave me a comment. Tell me your woes, your shipping woes. Let's see what it says. Current financial snapshot. The USPS is mandated to be self-financing entity, meaning it relies on postage and shipping fees rather than taxpayers' dollars. However, several factors have pushed it into the breaking point. Its annual net loss for 2025 was $9 billion. Cash on hand, $3.4 billion. Mail volume has plummeted by 50% over the last 15 years. Debt limit is capped at $15 billion. Why is it struggling? Declining mail volume. First class is the most profitable product, continued to disappear as communications move digital. All right. So people are sending emails instead of letters. How long has the stupid internet been around? Decades now? Yeah, remember Y2K? The internet was there in Y2K. That was 26 years ago, and they were sending emails back then. It's because nobody trusts the post office anymore. That's why. And I don't think people send letters. I mean, you've got to have certain things, registered letters and all this other kind of junk. I don't know. Technically, the USPS cannot go bankrupt. It's an independent establishment of the executive branch. It cannot file for Chapter 11 like a private company. All right. It's just an indication of how stupid government is when they get involved in anything. All right. Garthog, I appreciate you coming by. I hope your blood pressure's not too high. Mine's come down a little bit, but still, I know there's millions of people out there that have the same frustrations. It'll be here. I hope it's not broke. I hope it is what I wanted it to be, because then I have to go through sending it back, all that kind of jazz. Anywho, all right, 39 minutes. It's pretty quick. Little vent, little rant. I think that's about it. I'm going to save you the boring spiel about I've got another video coming out soon. You know, look for that. It's still on the camera and in the memory card. It's there. I know it's there. I just got to edit it and put it up. But anyway, all right, Garthog, I appreciate it. I hope you have a good weekend. Just about broke the door off my computer again. I wonder if I could take that off. So they put a little flapping door on my cool little tower with all the lights in it and stuff. You open it up and there's 2 CD players. They read and write. Isn't that cool? Remember all that? Memory card slots and a couple of USBs. Well, I've got stuff plugged in the USB. And guess what they didn't do? They didn't make the door big enough so that you could close it with USB sticking in there. So now it just flops around, and every time I do that, I hit it, and I'm going to break it off, and I'm going to be mad. Madder. All right. Anything else I can whine and fuss about? I think I'm going to go down and get some cheese to have with my wine. All right. Till next time. Let's see. Where's my buttons? There's the one button. All right. I click this next button. I'm going away. All right. See y'all. Thanks again for showing up. Like, subscribe to the channel.